It's actually a weird buildup, like because we were just setting everything up, but now it's happening. Like now it's the episode.
I feel like I just got a degree in something.
In
technology.
Absolutely in tech.
Technology.
What we did today,
huge.
We could not have done that. Remember a couple weeks ago we tried to set it up ourselves?
I think sometimes when I think about like the growth we've had, I was about to say as a couple, as a team, like think about like when we first walked into our old producer's place and they were explaining everything to us and we were like, oh, okay.
They were explaining uploading to Spotify and we were like, we'll
like,
never be able to do that.
We're like, oh no. But now we're like,
here she is.
Margo just arrived.
Sorry.
Now we're here and like we can set everything up on our own. It just shows that you can learn things as a woman.
And also if
or
you
maybe
want
not as a woman, just like you can learn things.
You always could as a woman.
You can learn things quickly and something, and I'm going to, in some ways it's some woman thing.
Yeah.
Here.
What's that quote? What's that quote? If you want to talk about it, ask a man. If you want to get it done, ask a woman.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's us. You want to talk back and forth about what we're going to do? I'll get you a guy to gab on the phone with. You want to get it done? Call Hanna and Nora.
We just did it.
We just did it.
Margo is here. She's present. She's alive.
No idea she's on camera.
She seems to have a tendency, I guess, to just kind of pop in. Do you mind? Like,
no. Imagine if I was like
in all of our clips and
imagine
stuff.
If I was like, Nora, could
like,
you?
Nora, can you kind of? She would not. She would.
No, I hope that people get to see on camera what it's like for you and her. Okay. The relationship you have.
We have a very close relationship.
Should we do the intro?
Yeah.
All right. I'm Hanna.
And I'm Nora.
Do we normally say our full names?
Yeah, but then remember last time I was like, everyone knows who we are now.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Right?
I'm Hanna.
I'm Nora.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines.
Okay.
Wow.
Episode 12. What was the title?
Well, I can't see because Margo's sitting on my notebook. La Douleur Exquise.
Right? It was the name of the restaurant that Samantha's like PR firm is opening.
Yeah.
And she said it, and I was like, "Oh, that's so easy. I'll remember that."
We'll remember that.
And it was.
And the thing is
Douleur
that
Exquise.
I took French all throughout high school and middle school.
You didn't take Spanish?
Nope. And really learned that when I was in Nicaragua. I did not take Spanish, as we know. The first thing I Googled when I got to Nicaragua was, how do you say I'm sorry? Because I'm just like, I was like, lo siento. I don't even think that's how you say it. I was just like running around like, I'm sorry.
How do you say it in French?
Je suis désolée.
French is so hot.
It's so hot.
Oh,
wait,
my God.
That's not how you say it.
Doesn't matter. It's still hot.
No, it is. It is. So it's just weird that I can't pronounce this, but
it's okay.
We'll work through that.
Do you want to do... No, I was going to say, do you want to do the highlights? But I'm like, no, I do that every week.
No, that's on you, Hanna.
Do you want me to read the highlights and then we'll get into it?
Yeah.
Okay. Season 2, episode 12, La Douleur Exquise.
You say the title.
Exclamation point.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the first title to have punctuation in it.
Wow.
Okay. Here are the highlights. Samantha's PR firm opens a kink-themed restaurant.
So weird.
Charlotte's shoe shopping takes a turn. I don't want to say a weird turn because I don't want to shame, but it takes a turn.
This whole episode was so weird.
Miranda's, this I did not think of a fun way to say it. Miranda's having sex in public.
So weird.
But just like Stanford's having cyber sex.
Wait, sorry, I just got into this pattern of being like so weird. And like none of the stuff is weird. I'm just saying like
this episode.
The episode is weird. I don't mind. Have sex wherever you want.
Don't bite.
Go to an S&M party. She has pica.
I know.
So she has it. Margo has a very severe case of pica. Pica, for everyone who's listening, is when you chew inanimate objects. So I could put a steak dinner, a tuna dinner down here. She wouldn't even touch it.
No tuna
tartare. I put a bag
tartare.
of wires here.
She's in.
She's chewing them up.
Bon appetit.
So
the last bullet point, though.
What I'm trying to say is that nothing's weird.
Oh, nothing's weird. Even pica, normal. Totally fine.
It's totally fine.
And then the last bullet point is that we are at an iconic episode, everybody, because Big is moving to Paris. Like, we've made it to that episode, and boy, oh boy, can you feel it. Like, she is down bad this episode.
It was really, Yeah, it was like manic roller coaster.
Carrie was hard to watch this episode.
I also when she was at sorry, Margot's just like sitting on my notebook now. When she was at the diner table with the girls and she was getting so worked up,
like almost breaking glasses.
I was like, wow, she's a really good actress. Like, that was great acting.
No, I think she's a great actress, and because I did feel like I know how we all know how it feels to be into a guy who literally doesn't give a shit about you
and doesn't even know you're alive.
They show you, which we'll get into, that they don't give a shit about you, and you're not even mad at them, you're mad at yourself. You're like, what the fuck have I been doing?
Right.
Caring and investing and bragging about you, and like when like you don't even want to tell me you're moving to Paris.
It was really crazy.
I felt like
I fell for her. I
fell for her all over her. I did not fall for her. I was amazed after the monologue she gives to. I thought the monologue to Big was a little embarrassing. Like
when she's drunk
in her apartment with the Cosmo.
Yeah.
She's just. I feel like she has such solid reason to be upset.
Yeah.
But she did it while drunk, so it just was like.
Well, she's terrible at communicating.
Yeah, so she has to get drunk.
She has to get drunk to get it out.
And Carrie's question. When it comes to relationships, how do we know when enough is enough?
Which is so. Margot's just.
At this question, Margot chose to put her hand on Nora, like, don't worry about it. It's never enough with us.
Margot takes her paw and she like puts it on my hands a lot, just so she
doesn't want you thinking about this question too hard. She doesn't want you thinking about boundaries.
We have no boundaries in this house together. I was actually thinking earlier today, and I guess this is like a peak cat lady. I was like, I kind of need like space from you. I feel like we're really like, I was sitting on the couch, I was watching TV, and she like comes over to hang, and it's just like, Margot, can we just like 5 seconds, dude?
With the dog, I'll like lock him in a room for a bit.
Should we?
Because sometimes I don't want to watch TV with an animal on me.
I know, but then she comes over and she's such a little boo-boo. And
and then the dog comes barreling over.
Well, you need to get rid of that dog.
Yes.
Hannah got a dog, and it is...
I said last week.
Stinky. Okay.
His name is Stinky. He is not Stinky. He got a bath today.
Amazing.
From Wolf, not me.
The dog is
really big.
I think that honestly, it's the size. I think if you had a small dog,
totally sleeping in between us in the bed, precious. A giant dog taking up human-sized space in between us in the bed. It's like there's a new person in our relationship.
One time I was hooking up with someone in my bed, and Margot like hopped on their back. Oof. And I was kind of like,
so weird,
this
Margot.
Is really it's kind of like, this is a huge cock block.
No, like, ginormous.
Like, quite literally. So like, no, I can't even imagine if it was Stinky, because Hannah's dog.
He would have taken down that man.
I mean, yeah.
And we lock him out when we close the door, when we get him out of the room because we're gonna have sex. He doesn't just go quietly. He either cries outside the door, so sad, so sad. It's like, trust me, you don't want to be part of this. Maybe he does. Or
like he does.
He destroys something. That's when he destroyed the heels. While I was having sex, he destroyed a very sentimental and cute pair of shoes.
Wow.
And the last time Wolf and I had sex, he destroyed Wolf's boxing gloves.
He knows you're fucking.
He knows we're fucking. And he was alone all day. Had all day to destroy those things.
He knows. He's upset.
He's throwing a little tantrum.
Thank God we don't have anyone in this house anymore, because I've been celibate for months.
And to answer Carrie's question, how do you know when enough is enough? I would say Wolf and I are having this about the dog right now. I know that Carrie's talking about a man, and that's probably more fun to listen to. But I feel like with Wolf and I, we're like, how do we know when this is testing us in a good way? Like, this is something we'll get through and we better? Or how do we know when it's like, we're not adopting, we're just foster parents, we're not going to adopt this dog because he's pushing our relationship?
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like the dog brings you joy in any capacity?
Yes.
Okay. Do those joys outweigh the negatives?
It's hard to say, because at this point in my life, I feel like I have such big negatives over my head in life. Like, the dog is not getting a fair reading in my life.
But I think also the dog, I think when we get a pet, right? The pet is supposed to add to your life. It shouldn't be that many cons. Like, you shouldn't really have to adapt that much, because it's a choice to get a pet, because it's supposed to be like an add-on.
Well, yeah,
right?
but we didn't get a pet. We got a shelter dog who was like, he's like a troubled teen. You know, it's like we chose to adopt, but we didn't know we were going to get a teenager. And it's like now they come with some baggage, and it's like, does this dog deserve to die because he has baggage? No.
I don't think it's going to die.
No, that's why we fostered him. He was in a kill shelter.
Right.
And he was going to be put down. That's why we got him. Here's the thing. The dog could go tomorrow. Tomorrow somebody could apply and adopt him, and we don't get to say he stays with us.
Hey guys, hey viewers and listeners.
Don't show Wolf this.
Do you want a dog? Because Hanna has an amazing dog, and
there's no cons at all.
And everything she just said, those were lies.
But if you take the dog, well, one, you have to apply. We don't get to decide. We're just housing it.
We're not just going to choose anyone.
Well, no, like the rescue place. But secondly, Wolf and I need to be able to come visit the dog.
A dear friend. Hey, what if someone wants to get close to you?
You could win whoever wants to abduct me. Remember last week?
God, yeah.
McKinney Manor.
Last week's episode really fucked me up.
Last week's episode was nuts.
Because
we didn't even talk about the episode. Similar to what's happening right now.
I wrote Samantha whipping the weight. Okay, this is what I thought was weird. This is what I was talking about. I don't think the BDSM, whatever was S&M, whatever bar was weird. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But the weird thing I felt like was Samantha whipping the waiter. It felt like a class, like kind of a creepy, like she gets to whip you because she's a customer, and she's like it's her weird. PR firm is launching this, so it's like if a customer if one of us went in there, a waiter might be able to say like, this is how we dress and this is the place, but like, please don't whip me. But it's like, don't touch me. He couldn't say it to like Samantha. You know what we need to do is go to Sleep No More. I've never been.
Are you freaking kidding me? I said that to Claire today on the phone.
Let's fucking go with Claire.
Yes.
I really want to go. It's kind of expensive.
Oh, really?
But
what kind?
Let's just do it.
What kind of expensive?
Like, it's not going to work out for us, probably, but it might.
Like $600?
Yeah, kind of.
What?
But I think we could go on a random night. Maybe it'd be like $300.
We can find a Groupon.
And apparently, Groupon, yeah. And I really want to go. And
I want to go as well.
And that you interact with the people.
Wait, this is really weird. I listened to a podcast last week. Okay, and the person they interviewed like specialized in experiences that were more than just that, like were interactive, but like for every person, like not just the extrovert who wants to be like heckled, like someone who's introverted and wants to be part of an interactive experience, but like doesn't want to be like dragged up on stage or something. And they helped create Sleep No More. Then out of nowhere, Claire says to me she wants to go to Sleep No More. And out of nowhere, you say to me you want to go to Sleep No More.
Literally.
Something in the world wants me to. Maybe I should act in Sleep No More.
Yeah. And dance. I think there's dancing.
I was a dancer for 12 years.
Oh, I know.
Wait until I get on that.
I saw the pictures.
That was great.
Hannah had some amazing pictures of her dancing days at her parents' house.
I was a thicker dancer. You should have seen the girls next to me. I was like the big girl at dance studio.
Same.
Okay, I'm just saying that photo. You should have seen the group photo.
This is a pod of the big girls at dance studio when they were 7.
Okay, that photo at my house, I was like 14. It wasn't that big when I was 7. Not like there'd be a problem. What I wrote down was so you. Charlotte's line when they arrived, and she comes in just like this cute little pink dress, and Samantha's like, the invitation said kinky, and Charlotte goes, I kicked my hair. Like I was like, I feel like that would be you, but like so earnestly, like I kicked my hair.
Like what's the problem?
I followed the theme. I don't know what else you could want.
I feel like the whole place just felt a little icky to me, just because I wish everyone was on the same playing field.
Me too.
Like I wish you went in and what's wrong?
Look who this text is from.
Hanna, we're recording.
I know, but I keep the phone for time.
I know. That's crazy.
What could that? wish I could tell you guys, but like I really can't.
A crazy person just texted her.
We're not safe. We're safe. Okay. Would you do what Charlotte did in this episode for free shoes?
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't believe there's a scene where she brings them back. Why did Carrie and Miranda say, I think you know what you need to do?
Total idiot.
If a guy wants to, literally all he wants to do is rub my feet, and yes, of course, in his head,
Buster.
other stuff is going on for him.
Buster wants to rub your feet.
And like, yeah, he's a little weird and he's got some stuff going on, but like, if he wants to rub my feet and have me try on shoes and that gets him off and I get to leave with the shoes, I would do that for the rest of my life. I was like, I don't know what store. Also, though, did you clock that like some of the shoes like did not fit Charlotte?
I literally wrote that every single shoe didn't fit her.
Her toes didn't go in.
He was like, these ones are perfect for the Hamptons. It's like her foot didn't fit.
It didn't go
like,
in it. And she's like holding it up and she's like, oh, I love it. And I was like, ask for a different size. I couldn't believe it.
I would have definitely stuck around for the fetish shoes. What did you wait? Can we talk about Rick 9+? Sorry, we're really jumping around.
Wait, yes, and can I say something else? So Rick 9+ and Big Tool for You were Stanford and this guy's screen names on this thing. He's having this website. He's having cyber sex on. Big Tool for You, amazing T-shirt.
Big Tool for You.
That was Stanford's name. Big Tool for You.
No, it wasn't.
That was the other guy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a cute T-shirt?
Oh, merch.
Big Tool for You.
Merch.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I know. I like that.
You liked the I slept with a bartender and all I got was this lousy ovary more.
Yes.
Yeah. That one is better.
It's such a good one.
Well, now I've got merch on the brain. Okay, let's talk about Rick 9+.
So this reminded me, it was such a dated moment, but it reminded me of when I was a kid chatting with creepy men online through AIM. Like, do you remember doing that? Now I realize that I didn't know at the time that they were creepy men, but I would sit at my desktop and type away in the sucker group. And like
sucker?
Yeah, it would be like, oh, the theme. Remember there were themes.
I never did AIM.
Okay. This is a generational gap that we're having.
I also didn't have a computer, so
okay. I had a desktop computer. It was like in the like kitchen area or like it was in like a public space in the home. We had
that later in life, just so you know.
Yeah, like back in the 90s, you would have like a one computer, or it was in my dad's office, or it was when my dad lived in an apartment. It was like in the main space. As I got older, you could have a private computer more and more, but like it was mainly like a public thing. I would sit down for hours chatting online. Can you imagine?
With strange men.
With strangers.
And that's your agenda for the night.
The day. Oh, it was daylight out. And I was chirping online. And like...
Wait, what were you guys talking about?
Not soccer. I'll tell you that. They'd be like...
Soccer was the name of the chat?
Yeah.
I thought you said suckers. That's why I was like, Nora, what?
No, it's soccer.
Soccer.
So there would be chats. There would be different types of chats that you could join. You could join like soccer or like ballet or something, and I would go in, and people would chat you, and there would be like conversations about whatever the topic was, and then someone would like side chat you and be like ASL, age, sex, location, and you'd be like 13, like female. DC
home at my mom's house
and they'd be like, perfect, they'd be like, I'm also blah 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 13 and I'm a female blah blah, but then they would start chatting, and I just, when I look back on it, I was like,
sex, location.
You've never heard of ASL?
That's like sign language. ASL. American Sign Language.
That or age, sex, location. And I just like, now looking back on it, I was like, I'm pretty sure those were all like pedophiles. I don't think I was talking to other girls who liked soccer.
No. No, you were talking to pedophiles.
I remember when I first
during the day.
Like, it's like an incel.
Oh my God. No.
I also had this one, I had 2 computer games that I was obsessed with. Roller Coaster Tycoon, amazing game, would play it again.
Okay.
And
10 out of 10 would play again.
Bake a Cookie.
Tell me about Bake a Cookie.
Bake a Cookie.
What do you do?
It's an amazing game where you literally get to design your own cookie, put it in the oven, bake it, and it comes to life. It bakes. And then you go to the next one. You get another cookie. You put sprinkles. You can choose.
A bake shop. That's a lot of pressure on a kid.
It was so much. So, the more I think about it, I think I really was like is an incel like someone who sits on their computer all day? Is that what it is?
I think so. Or someone just chronically online. I feel like they're most commonly associated with like Reddit guys.
Yeah.
Like always chatting on Reddit.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was an incel as a kid. I had so many friends. I loved to hang and party and not so much high school, kind of like whatever. I like had my little crew, but like in elementary school, I loved to sleep over. I loved the soccer crew.
You just also wanted to talk about it online.
I just like also when I think it
also computers were so new and exciting. It was a big deal.
Fucking amazing.
It was a big deal.
When my mom would have to make a call, I'd be livid because you couldn't have a call and bake a cookie.
See that?
And I'd be like, Mom, I'm baking a fucking cookie.
I'm fucking running a
bakery here.
A woman-owned bake shop is being shut down.
Make a fucking call? Baking a cookie.
No, wait, do you ever like think about the things like you yelled at your parents about? It's like, why didn't my mom like laugh in my face? Like sometimes I would be so upset with her about like the stupidest shit, and she would just be like, Hannah, like, I just can't help you. I'm really sorry. Like, you gotta let it go. And I'd be like, she doesn't get it. It would be like she didn't, like I couldn't find the pants I was looking for because she put them in the wash and now they're not dry for school in the morning. And that to me is like full meltdown, and she like couldn't have given like less of a shit. That was your mom with bake a cookie.
Yeah, bake a cookie. I think the core of all my mom and me and my mom's fights growing up were all about the kitty litter though at the end of the day.
What?
Yeah. It was all about, did you change the kitty litter? Did you clean the kitty litter? I just had to clean the kitty litter. There's kitty litter all over the laundry floor. Nora, you never take care of these cats. Nora, are you going to deal with the kitty litter or not? It's
That's tough.
And that was, and I was not dealing with the kitty litter.
So that's why she was so upset.
I literally didn't give a shit about the kitty litter. And when she would like literally be like, Nora, come home and deal with this kitty litter. Because it would be, I mean, in her defense, like it was like a porta potty at a Bonnaroo. Like
it was rough. You weren't caring for the kitty litter.
It's like a porta potty at a music festival. It was packed to the brim.
You and her were like
cats.
me and Wolf with the dog right now.
I had 2 cats.
Yeah, you need to be changing that like every day.
My poor mother.
I don't think my responsibility at the house was not, well, my house was like a free-for-all, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I was the designated cleaner because like I loved to clean. I would like stay up late to clean things up and organize. I think it was like an OCD thing. So no one was like asking me to do a chore because I probably already did it. I feel like my big fights were I could not believe we were poor. I needed money from them bad. When they didn't have money for me, which they never did, which is why I had a job when I was like 14, I would be like, I don't know why no one is picking up shifts somewhere on the weekend because I got invited to the mall and I need a $20 bill. And both my parents, like, this is like, I think the benefit of like older parents, like if my kid were to say it to me right now, we're in a fight. Because I'm 27, like I'm a child still. I'll fight, but like when your parents are 43 and 50, like they were like, whatever. Can you shut up? Yeah, they're like, we're poor, Hannah. Like not like nobody cares. Come watch the TV with us. I love older parents. I might wait until 40 to have a kid. Do what my mom did. Well, she had Randy at 35.
I would appreciate that if you did that.
I would do better with your timeline.
I just don't. I'm not a kid person, so it's really gonna.
Not a dog person. You're not a kid person.
I just
all the things in my house.
Okay. No, you don't have a kid in your house.
You're right.
I just like I like kids in the sense that I like hanging out with, like, if you're 7 years old, let's hang. But a baby, it's just like, oh my God, like, what are you doing?
My opinion is actually I don't want to talk to like the age 7 to 14.
That's who I want to chat
I want
with.
you young and like silly, saying funny things. You don't even know what you're talking about. right, and cute where I can just hold you. And then I want you older and we can like chat and gab and I can give you like little secrets of the trade, you know?
Well, you can drop them off for 7 to 14 with me because I'm trying to have like a crew of people that like...
The crew of people. Of kids. You're sounding like one of those chat guys. I'm kidding. What crew? I
don't know. I want like a younger crew around to like kind of like my cousin's 11. She's fucking dope. Like we just like hang out.
I think it's the kids I nanny for like over time, not just the last family I worked for. Like the families I've nannied for, these kids are like they're between the ages of like 6 to like 13 and like they suck at chatting. Like they're teaching me about Roblox. They're explaining baseball statistics to me. They're like telling me weird jokes. They're like telling me, it's just like, get a grip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think everyone's a little autistic when they're like 13.
Like, I don't know.
Sorry, is that?
No, it's fine. They are. I don't know.
Cancel us if you want.
The last kid I babysat for, like, would love to just tell me statistics about baseball and like the dates of stuff in history. And I was like, when is it okay for me to tell him, shut up? This is not interesting to me. And you need to find some, I'm glad you have this, but no longer can you tell me dates.
Honestly,
kids need to know they're not interesting sometimes.
Honestly, men never change. I mean, they still are telling us stuff that we don't want to know about.
Wolf was always giving me statistics. I don't have room for stuff.
Because you're working so hard.
Literally.
Okay,
should we get back into the episode?
I said Carrie really is the Gen Z influence, what do you
mean?
I just, the lock on her neck, her necklace.
Oh, yeah. Like she's their it girl.
She is Gen Z. Joke's on you. Carrie is your influence.
She
and
is.
You guys shit on all of Gen Z is shitting on Carrie, shitting on Sex and the City.
You are her.
Yeah,
look in the mirror.
Like, look in the mirror. You're literally made all the outfits that you're wearing right now.
We can all be Carrie sometimes. We can all be the bad friend. We can all be a little self-involved. Mm-hmm. We can all get drunk and make calls to our exes that suck. Like, there's nothing, none of us should aim to be Carrie fully, but like, you want to dress like her, and every once in a while, you act like her.
Yeah.
So just man up and own it.
Shit on your her story.
So what did you think about this whole episode? The Carrie Big storyline is Carrie learns that Big might have to move to Paris for the summer. Mm-hmm. And then Carrie tries to get on board with it. Well, first she calls him and yells at him. And then she decides she feels bad for yelling at him. She's going to come with a beret at McDonald's. So and she's going to say that she'll move to Paris with him. Big says, I wouldn't if I were you, pretty much. And then all of that is forgiven and they hug and have sex. And then Carrie kind of ends it, but not really. Just says like, I'm not moving to Paris with you. But like, it doesn't seem like that's immediate. But she like claimed at the end of this episode that Big is gone. But like, what did you think of their back and forth, this storyline?
I felt like the ending with her sitting and looking out the window in her bra and realizing like this is not good for me is really like it was good.
It's a hard decision to get to.
It's a really hard decision to get to, and us just seeing the push and pull, and also just realizing that like she really does tend to be like a masochist.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way with like, if you are not giving me attention, I love you. The second you start texting me back, I'm like, come on, enough.
God, we're so different.
And no, but I don't like that. Like,
you want to be like this?
Like I genuinely like need to get over my thing with obsessing over unavailable men.
Right.
It's like, it's psychotic.
It's like her in this episode. She has her breakdown like, is not about him. It's her realizing like, I am hurting myself. I'm the reason I'm upset right now because I knew he was never going to be this for me.
Yeah. And I think it's so frustrating when you realize that like, you've been wasting your time with a push and pull situation.
Yeah.
That like, I don't know. It's just like you look back on it and you're just like, wow, I could have like just been doing anything else. Like the number of times I've looked back on like me obsessing over waiting for a guy to text me back or like what I was going to say to him or, you know, dreading for hours his response.
Yeah.
What a loss of life. Like,
Literally.
are you fucking kidding me, Nora? Like, go read a book.
Samantha's quote: "Women think about we, and men think about me."
I wrote that down too.
I thought that was an amazing quote.
She's full of amazing quotes.
She
every
really
single thing.
is.
Every single thing she
and
says.
it's so true. Like, I feel like any woman who dates like straight guys has had the situation where she is planning, she's thinking about him, she's thinking about us, and he's like, it's just him. It's him and his world. He's not even clued in to the fact that he should have to think about another person.
It's insane. And I honestly think about that, like, in life too. Like, men just don't really think about other people.
They don't,
because they've never had to, really.
Literally.
I really don't. Men are Jesus.
I can't go down the hole, but it's like big is such an example. Even him saying, like, I need a relationship where it's okay if I go away for a summer. Like, who is gonna be
weirdo
on board for that?
Like a hooker?
Then you shouldn't have a relationship. But it's
Sorry,
like,
I just said a hooker.
No,
that
I
was very boomery of me. A hooker?
Come here.
So you want a hooker?
She seems to want to be back here. And his quote to Carrie, when Carrie, come on, she's shy.
Margot
Camera
is
shy.
really...
Oh, here we go.
Margot's really making a big entrance right now.
What I felt awful. Well, first, Carrie showing up with the McDonald's bag and the beret was like hard to watch, right?
It was so try hard.
There's a tweet where someone was like, "This is the most down bad anyone's ever been." And it's like so true. Like, it really is the most.
It's the
like,
worst.
But it's like that was already her. I don't even know if she wanted to move to Paris, but I feel like she was trying to fix what she thought she damaged on the call when he was in Paris. Like, I feel like she knew that call was not good. She was drunk and she just kind of yelled at him, but like at the middle of the night when he wasn't ready to talk, and she was like, okay, that's not really how you handle things. So I already felt like the McDonald's arrival with the beret was her trying to like also fix for that phone call. But when she offers to move to Paris, obviously for him, and he goes, just make sure you're doing this for you. Like, don't move on account of me. I was like, fuck you. Like, that's the meanest thing you could have said.
I did really like that little screaming fit that she had after. I felt like she was releasing everything, and it felt like she was like taking a shit. Like, it was just like so like,
because she doesn't
like, okay,
say
yes,
to
Carrie.
Big any of her thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's like there's, you know, like a plus and a minus. Like, yeah, maybe every thought shouldn't be communicated, because maybe sometimes you need to sleep on things and make decisions before you start blurting out how you're feeling. But it was like, Carrie, like, you just sit on stuff and then you write and you talk to the girls, but like you don't clue Big into how you're feeling at all. And of course Big independently kind of sucks, but like,
yeah,
it's like you can't, it's almost like to some degree you can't fully blame him, because like he doesn't know how invested she is.
I feel like how many hints. Yeah, I think that I'm so guilty of this. I'm like, he should have gotten the hint. It's like, really, Nora? Like, you were being really nice in person. You were texting him a couple exclamation marks. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't usually text that way, but it's like, how could he know that that he was making you actually feel bad? Like, Nora, get it together. And then I catch myself doing that, and that's when I'm like, okay, I need to like have a talk or something. Yeah. But like, I think also I really freak out about that, especially like after a first date with that's kind of like what I'm referring to. It's like, I like, you know, said during the date that I, you know, wanted to go to the park next week, and so he knows that I want to go to the park next week, so it would be crazy for him not to text me to go to the park next week. And then it's like, then he doesn't text me, and I'm like, fucking asshole. And it's like,
I've planted every seed for us to go to the park next week,
dude. Like, I've showed you the gates, like I brought you to Grand Army Plaza, like, come on.
You know where I want to go next week. I want to go.
But it's just kind of like, okay, speaking of have I told you on this pod, this is completely random, the tanning thing with a guy?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if I just go on a quick little?
No, go for
it's
it.
A little tale.
Go.
Okay.
Tail.
This is how deranged I am. Okay, I really hope he's not listening to this.
I do know this story.
I'm going to make it really quick.
And I feel bad that it was when you said deranged for me to remember. Oh my God. No,
basically, I thought that I had given someone the hint that I liked them, and they had lightly mentioned to me that they go to the beach on the weekends. And then they followed up that statement with, we should hang out sometime on a weekend. I then proceeded to assume that he was going to ask me to go to the beach next weekend. We did not have a plan. There was no, let's do this. I'm going to bring the blanket. You'll bring the cool. There was no plan. Mm-hmm. Who knows what his weekend plans were? Meanwhile, I was like, I have to go get a tan
because you have a beach day coming up.
I, at the time, was 50 pounds heavier. So I was also very stressed about, which is fine. But I was very stressed about my bathing suit as well. So I expedited a miracle suit. And I got a spray tan. And I got it on a Wednesday, which is also really crazy to do. I should have gotten it like maybe on a Friday. And then the miracle suit came and I tried it on. It looked like shit. And I've showed you a picture of the tan. Yeah. It was lightly like a problem. It was like not politically correct.
Pretty dark. It was pretty dark.
It was not right. So I sat down on my Zoom meetings. I was working from home at the time, and people were like, whoa, Nora, what you doing? And I was like, just kind of been sitting outside a lot. I'm going to the beach this weekend. People are like, oh, you're going this weekend? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going this weekend. So like, they're like, well, wouldn't you be tan after the beach? And I'm like, it's complicated.
That's from the outside.
I'm like going to the beach. But anyways, he never called to hang. He never wanted to go to the beach with me.
That is up in the options with Carrie in the McDonald's bag of like the most down bad anyone's ever been.
Sitting on my Zoom call with like, my skin was like borderline brown. I mean, it was really bad. I was like, I need to get this off my skin.
It's sometimes though like,
and I have red hair, like, so it's just like,
I mean, I do.
Redheads can't get tans.
This situation for sure is different. Like, I do feel like we all could think of a time where we were like, okay, no, we all could think of a time where we felt like we were being obvious, and it was like, I can't believe they didn't follow up on this. I don't know if we all could think of a time where we expedited a miracle suit and got a spray tan.
The tan was so crazy, and it's also like I have really fair skin, so it was like obviously even if I did go to the beach, you were like
probably the color of your hair.
It was. I mean, it wasn't chill. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I had to stay inside because I was so embarrassed, and it's.
So I guess it's for the best he didn't ask you to the beach.
I mean, yeah. Also, it's like, Nora, what was your plan? You're gonna obviously you guys had just seen each other the weekend before. You're not all of a sudden you're like a completely different skin tone. Like what?
In your miracle suit?
In my miracle suit, which was not creating miracles for me.
Wait, is it called miracle suit?
It's called miracle suit.
Is it the one with the corset in it?
It more or less has like a kind of something to suck you in. It's supposed to, on the ads, it says it makes you 10 pounds lighter, which in my situation, I needed a little bit more mileage there, but it didn't look good.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. And
that was a Carrie moment for you.
Yeah. I just remember like I stayed home that entire weekend because I was so embarrassed about my tan.
And I wouldn't want to share with anyone why I got it.
Yeah. I was like,
that's pretty rough.
So-and-so is probably going to ask me to go to the beach at some point.
I might get asked to go to the beach.
Also, like the tan itself, like $140, like something crazy. Like it was like insane.
And the expedited shipping on the miracle suit.
It was like all in all, it was like a deranged experience that cost me like $230. Like the suit, maybe more actually. The suit itself was like $180.
What?
Yeah, they're miracle suits. They're not cheap.
That's fucking nuts.
So like this story down.
Even crazier second time around. There's like always something new to learn from this tanning story.
It's really a bummer. Anyway, really so sorry. I understand what I'm trying to say is I understand Carrie and the beret.
I understand the beret. I understand Like up until Wolf, which I guess was like the first guy ever I decided I'm gonna put my foot down and demand what I want. But like up until Wolf, like I mean, I would like I said, Carlos was like my Mr. Big. Like I would have bent over backwards to convince him I was like happy and okay with our arrangement. If he mentioned a movie, I would go watch it and research it before texting him back, so I could be like, oh, of course I saw that. Like I was not Hanna.
And for context for our listeners, Carlos is your ex-boyfriend who was polyamorous. And he was trying to force you to be poly, and
he wasn't trying to force me. He kind of just like it. This is where it's like it's my bad, but it's his bad. He knew I didn't want to be polyamorous, but he was like, well, I am polyamorous. And then we just kept hanging out, and then neither of us were seeing other people, so I kind of convinced myself he was done with polyamory. which
he should have been.
I'm the best.
There's like a timeline on being poly. Come on.
His timeline's still in the works, I guess. But well, actually, I don't know anymore with this new girl.
Some stuff. Are we going to get canceled?
No, I
was like, all men have autism.
No, you said all 12-year-olds.
Oh, sorry.
Let's get it right. But he would be going away for us there. There was a literal time where we had been seeing each other for a couple months. I was so into him, but like I wasn't. I was just like amazed by him. He was older and he was so handsome and he had money and he had a job he cared about.
And he had you know what.
And he had you don't even know what.
Can we tell them?
Yeah, I just showed him.
Well, people are listening.
Huge dick. And I was just like, I was so like, he just seemed so mature, but also like he wanted to chat with me all day, and I was so into him. And I was drunk at the Skinny and after work, and I told him to come meet me and we'd hang there. And he told me, this is not even moving to Paris for summer, that he was going away for 3 weeks for work. And I cried and I yelled at him and I said, why would you start this up with me if you knew you were going to be away 3 weeks?
Honestly, that is kind of like, tell me that. So that was him telling you
that was him telling me.
Was he remorseful? Like, was he like, I have to go away for 3 weeks?
No, he was like, oh, I always had to go. Like, I just didn't mention it to you. Like, I didn't know what this was going to be. Like, we're good though. I'll be back in 3 weeks. And I flipped out and I cried.
Idiot.
And then I had him leave.
Yeah.
And then I called Claire. Saint was in Brooklyn. I could have gone to her house. Nope. She came and picked me up at the Skinny. Well, because I called her and I was like sitting on some guy's lap. I was like, you'll never believe what happened. I was like already like with someone new. So Claire was like, I'm coming. I don't know what's going on there.
You'll never believe
when I was single, like dating around, you hurt me. There's going to be somebody around the corner for me. Like there were times before Wolf and I were exclusive where like if Wolf pissed me off, I'm at the bar. Who's available? I'm kissing you tonight. You're coming home tonight. I'm sitting on your lap. I'm in your Uber. Like I had no time to waste. But anyway, and then Carlos was like, you know what? Maybe this is getting a little too serious. Maybe this isn't what we both want. I know you're not interested in polyamory. And the lie I told about how interested I am in possibly being polyamorous. And this is exactly what I want it to be. And I'm so happy. And I must have been drunk. I don't know why I would ever be upset you were going away for 3 weeks just to like eventually for us to break up because it was never going to work. When I was watching Carrie, I was like, oh my God, this was literally me. Like, like her in the McDonald's bag. She's trying to convince herself like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, I do think 3 weeks is a long time.
And it came out of nowhere. And then he ended up traveling like a lot. And then I just was like used to it. But I think it was also like a fear, like, now he's going to be polyamorous. Like he's going to go away. He's going to meet someone.
See, that's the thing is like, oh, you're going to be being poly is just like, okay, there's some people who are actually poly and they're good at it. And it's like real and like they dedicate their time to it. And there's like crummy guys, like straight dudes who are like, I'm poly. It's like, no, you just like to like have multiple women in your roster.
Don't want to commit to someone.
you're like using this kind of like feminist term.
And there's nothing wrong with being poly. There is something wrong with just using the term to get away with leading a bunch of people on.
I don't think straight men should be able to be poly.
I'll tell Carlos.
Okay.
I'm waiting for him to get back to me about an idea.
It's just like, I don't know. The gay, non-binary, lesbians, whatever. You can be poly. Straight men, no, it's not for you. It's just they're just.
And if you are going to be poly, like unfortunately, I know that in most situations you shouldn't have to explain yourself to people. You need to explain it to me. If you're a straight guy, I want to know exactly what this is about.
Yeah, like what do you?
Look at her face.
She loves being on camera. Margot is really the star. I'm not, and I say all of this, but do what you want to do. Do what you want to do at the same time. Oh, it did.
Okay.
Do what you want to do. Like maybe I shouldn't judge other people's lives.
It's fun too. It's just fucking good fun.
Yeah, after when I really think down to it,
bad takeaway to have. It's just fun. Like of course at the end of the day I want everyone to do whatever they want to do, but it's like I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm gonna talk about it.
But we're gonna talk about it on our podcast.
Absolutely. That's our right.
It's our right.
Speaking of nothing, I'm just gonna bring it up. What did we think of Miranda, this whole storyline?
It was so interesting that he came in front of his parents.
That was disgusting. Honestly, I was fine with his fetish. Like, I could never do it, right? But okay, it's a little sexy to have
his parents
sex
in the eye and then came.
And Miranda's just there, and the parents seemed like they've been stuck in this situation before.
It was so nasty.
I would never be okay if I made eye contact with my mom and dad while I came.
God, I don't even want to think about that. It's so creepy.
And that was his plan.
I know. He wanted it to happen.
Could you have done any of the places they were having sex?
Yeah. Except I did clock the Central Park bathroom. I was like, bitch, that's nasty.
That's
nasty.
Nasty.
That's too far. Yeah, I think that the book, the place where he was like, the writer, Mark Twain. I think it was really fucked up when he fucked her in the back of the cab, because it's just like, dude, come on. Like, this is another thing where I was like, this is weird. Like, this guy has to drive you for his job. He does, just fucking
I feel like we don't need... It's okay if you want to if public sex turns you on, but it's like it shouldn't be a thing where other people now need to deal with it.
Yeah.
If you're having it in an alleyway and someone walks by and accidentally clocks it, whatever, they're on the
That's
walk.
their fault.
But it's like those people that video of people having sex under a blanket in the middle of Central Park. Like,
it's just
don't make it other people's problems.
Yeah, I think it's do what you need to do where you need to do it, but just if it's a problem for other people, rethink that.
It was something that I think is maybe kind of like prude of me, but like really bugged me.
Yeah.
That girl flashing her tits at the Dublin portal.
What? Oh, I thought you meant in Sex and the City. I was like, I don't remember that part.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like that's equivalent to like the taxi cab scene. Like, people, this was supposed to be something just like fun, whatever. And now everyone there, we all just see your boobs. People who did want to see them, didn't want to see them. Now the portal's closed. I was like,
I loved there was like a meme, like, put something nice to connect the world, and then it's like the reality of like what happened. It was like a woman flashing someone, a bunch of people like throwing up like the middle finger.
Did
like
you see the people in Dublin showing us pictures of 9/11.
That's so crazy.
Like, why would that be your instinct?
Like, it's like you want to do something nice. You believe in the people,
right?
And of course, we fuck it up.
We ruin it.
We destroy it. It was so bad.
But it is funny to me that like the 9/11, they were like, we'll let it slide. But then she flashed her tits. They were like, shut it down. Shut it down.
I will have to say I loved Stanford in the gay club.
Sweetest scene
that was
I've
just
ever
so
seen.
Sweet. I was just so happy for
sweet.
him. He also looked good.
I was thinking
liked the chain.
hairy chest with the chain. He's also in good shape. He doesn't have abs, but like he looked great.
He really like does himself dirty with the clothing, and like the constant suit. The colorful
clothing?
suit needs to go.
Because you know what I was realizing?
Mm-hmm.
When he's dressed, I'm so aware he's bald. But when he was just like in his underwear, I completely forgot that he was bald.
He was hot.
He was so hot. And he was charming. He was like, oh, I got these when I was in Paris. And then his money's in his little sock. He was so cute.
I loved when, at the end, when they shot the 2 butts.
Yes, a brief encounter.
Yes.
That was really cute.
That was really sweet.
That storyline should have gotten more time than Miranda's, more time than Charlotte's. I can't believe Carrie convinced Charlotte she needed to return the shoes.
She's a loser.
Carrie took money for having sex with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's about that.
Also, sometimes I feel like, Charlotte is the most moral. So if Charlotte wants to do a little bad girl thing and let some I almost said freak. let some guy rub. I don't think foot fetish is freak, but I thought this guy was a freak. Okay.
I think the only thing, honestly, that was freaky about that guy was that his name was Buster.
I
mean, yeah, he really liked feet. We get it. But like, he came while putting on someo's shoe. We get that. But
that
like,
was a problem.
That's like classic NYC. But like,
I don't know what New York you're
like,
in.
I'm just saying, like, people are wacky around here.
Yeah, they are. People
like,
are doing their own thing.
People do some wacky stuff. Your name being Buster, it's like, you're not a dog.
Come on,
dude.
Dog.
You're working at a fancy shoe store.
Also, like, Buster, who sells fancy shoes, but like busts in his pants while, like, it was all like,
Dave and Buster.
Dave and Buster, the most famous Buster. I just am like,
sorry,
I was so fine.
There's no correlation to Dave and Buster.
Not at all.
Dave and
I was
Buster.
fine with the massage. I was like, this isn't weird. I can't believe he came in his pants.
That wasn't. I mean, that was kind of classic NYC creepy.
Yes, of course.
But anyways,
oh my God, I keep yawning.
Well, I think we're actually at time.
We are. Yeah, we're probably like, if we were dying to say something, we probably could go for 5 more minutes. In terms of when we started this, I mean, I'm trying to think of other notes that I have. People are like, can you please stop the episode? I have something to show you.
Yes.
Take a picture of it.
Yes.
Post foot massage when Charlotte tells Miranda and Carrie what's going on that walk, I literally took a picture of how nuts not Charlotte. Look at Carrie and Miranda's outfits, but like,
oh my God, Hannah!
What
Hannah?
Carrie?
I almost took the same fucking picture. I was shocked.
Carrie's is nuts.
Disgusting. Miranda's was crazy.
Miranda's is crazy.
I almost took a picture too. I wish we could.
I was like blown away.
Whoever is watching right now, that shot when the 3 of them are walking. Miranda is wearing a shirt,
a long sleeve
V-neck that has like a woman with blonde hair, and then I don't know. Charlotte's just like in a random Walmart dress.
She's in like a white skirt and a pink tank top.
Yeah, like nothing remarkable.
Nothing at all.
And then Carrie's like in the sales section of Nordstrom Rack, but in the bad section.
No, like this is a dress like I made. Like it doesn't even fit her.
It's very, very 2003.
It's like Kohl's. It's like no shade to Kohl's. Yeah, but like they're still selling.
Kind of a shade to Kohl's.
Sorry, Kohl's. I have lots of Kohl's cash.
What does that mean?
Kohl's cash?
Yeah.
It's cash you get for shopping at Kohl's that you can then cash in later for big deals and coupons. And
Hannah. Oh my God.
It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Does today the start of the Old Navy sale?
Oh my God. You just reminded me. We gotta get to Old Navy because we have Old Navy cash.
We have Old Navy cash.
Where the fuck is that coupon?
I don't know where mine is. I know it's in my house.
You need to spend all night looking for that because mine's on the fridge.
Okay.
And
I'm also going to my mom's Monday through Wednesday. I bet she has one.
100%.
If I don't have one.
Well, wait. So we gotta do this by the 13th. By the time this comes out, we're gonna be so past the Old Navy.
Yeah, you guys actually don't need to worry about this.
This is crazy though. I did look at the coupon though, and it said you have to spend $30 first, and then you get like whatever. We'll spend the money.
We'll do it. Whatever it takes.
Every single time. I'm in between
jobs right now, but I'll make it work.
Every single time that I like buy something from Old Navy, I buy it for life. It's like in my closet for life.
No, me too.
And like,
I'm still, even though I've bought some new workout clothes, I have leggings that are 4 years old, okay, that I bought when I first started nannying, which was now 4 years ago. Still wear them. Have no holes, no problem, still comfortable.
favorite designer,
Mr. Navy.
Mr. Navy. Oh, Mr. Navy. Sorry. One thing that Mr. Navy. One thing I did want to bring up that I am actually dying to bring up was I love Stanford and Carrie smoking cigarettes in their in her apartment.
Yeah, and I love that batch of Cosmo, like a pitcher, and they're like shaking and pouring.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I sometimes feel like I forget the world, like the friend hangs we have, or like the hangs Ryan and I or Claire and I have, but like I feel like I need to like level up. Like, you know, Ryan and I will like hang and drink Diet Coke. You and I are like the seltzer and the dinner. Claire and I do our Dunkin' coffees, but like the cigarette and the Cosmo looked so sophisticated.
It is. I mean, I used to do that all the time. I used to sit in my kitchen and smoke cigarettes all the time with people.
It was like, I can't believe.
Drink wine, smoke cigarettes.
The next time, like Ryan or Claire, or maybe I'll do it for me and Wolf.
I guess you're not going to bring me because I can't drink the Cosmos.
No.
Great.
Well, no, but like this is a one-on-one hang. I'm not hanging. I'm like hosting a party. For
but it sounds like you're going to have leveled up one-on-ones, and
fine.
then for
I'll
me,
make us
it's
special.
the loser one-on-one.
No. Well, okay. And you don't even smoke cigarettes anymore.
No. I will after I get my boob job. Don't worry. I promise.
I will.
Once I'm like after the boobs are done, I had to quit cigarettes to get my boobs. I'm getting my boobs done in September. This is probably going to come out around then. Hopefully I live. I'm really scared I'm going to die during the surgery.
You're definitely gonna live. I can feel it.
Are you going to continue the pod if I die?
No.
You should.
You want me to?
Yeah, but
by
alone.
Myself? Okay.
Alone. No, I'm irreplaceable.
Who would you pick for me though to co-host?
No one. I
would send you with Wolf.
Shocking. What a shocker. What was I gonna say? Maybe your mom.
If I die.
No. If I die in my boob surgery, your mom can take the spot of this podcast.
You are psychic.
Oh my God, okay. I really hope not, because I just said when I die.
No, that's anxiety. That's not psych.
That's not psych.
Let me tell you so quick, and then...
Now we're over.
Now we have to go. Over. But, we started at 8:18, so we're kind of okay. But the reason I was texting Carlos is Carlos is like a filmmaker, and he's mostly in documentary film. And I was saying to him, like, what does he think about an unscripted documentary style, either one film that'll have to be broken up, or a series, like multiple episodes of just like me and my mom on a couch telling some of our like famous Gerlander stories.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I feel like that would be so good.
It's really, really funny. Your mom's hilarious.
So then for you to say me and my mom.
Wait, so that means that I'm dying.
It doesn't mean that you're dying.
Anyways, on that note, I guess this is my last episode, so I just want to say we'll been real. We'll
probably record more before surgery.
We might record a couple more, but then, listen to the voice. I'm just getting a breast reduction. It's going to be fine. I think it'll be fine. Hannah's going to pick me up.
Your doctor loves you, too.
I don't know if she likes me. She did go to bat for me, but I've been like, I feel like I message her too much.
No, she's a doctor.
I felt weird when I messaged her, can I send you pictures of boobs that I like? And she was kind of like, okay. And it's like, come on.
What else are you gonna do?
Obviously,
she needs to know.
Like, it's obviously, I'm getting a breast reduction, but like also we're gonna make them a little different.
Yeah, like it's
I kind of want to have like porn star boobs.
Yeah, and
like,
you should.
We're spending
you're going under the knife. You're spending money. Like, let's get dream boobs. If you're gonna cut me open,
like, let's see some. I want like something to talk about.
And we're gonna have them.
We have to plan the goodbye party soon. The ta-ta for tatas.
Okay, when do we need to plan it?
Right now.
Let's watch breakdancing first.
Yeah. All right. It's been real. I was going to say I'm Hanna Gerlander.
I'm Nora Fried.
I'm Hanna Gerlander.
I'm Nora Fried.
And you are listening to High Heels and Punchlines. Big thank you to Becky Hermenze, our amazing production manager and video editor. Sean Curley for our intro, outro music.
Mwah.
And if you like this pod,
This is important.
review it like on Spotify, on YouTube, leave a comment, whatever you need to do, Apple Podcasts, whatever, review it, put the stars in, share it with your mom, maybe don't share it with your mom, whatever you need to do to get it places and to help us.
Think of how much it would do for us if you just sent this to one person.
If all, what is it? It's like, all you need is one. It's like I think that's more of
Do I look brain dead?
Look at Hannah's asleep now. Okay.
I know. I've fully laid back. All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.